Hey everyone, welcome to Airplane Shooter episode 2. In this tutorial, we're going to be uploading our art into our game, and we're going to be adding enemy health and enemy waves. First thing we're going to do is add our art. Let's go to stage, and let's go to backdrops, and let's choose a backdrop, upload backdrop, and I'm going to go to my downloads folder, and you can find the link for the download in the description, so make sure you download the file, extract it. Let's upload sky 2, which is going to be our background. So you can see that's a nice sky. Let's delete backdrop 1, and there we go. Now let's upload our airplane art. Let's go to airplane, and let's upload costume. Let's upload airplane 1. Now you can see this very detailed airplane that I drew. If you like it, make sure to like the video and subscribe. So let's delete costume 2, we won't need it. Now let's go ahead and upload the art for our enemy. Upload costume, enemy 1. So straight away you can see that the airplane is really big. So we're going to be going into code, and let's set the size to 20. Let's also go into our enemy sprites, and let's set the size to 20 also. So when pressing the green flag, you can see our updated art. Very nice. Alright, now let's get started with our wave system. We're going to go into the enemy sprites. Let's go to my blocks, and let's make a block. Let's call it wave, enemy health. Let's add an input, and let's call it health. Add a label, and let's call it enemy speed. Let's add an input called speed. Let's add another label. Let's call it spawn time. Add an input called time. Our last label, and let's call it enemy amount. And let's type in here amount. Now let's press OK. So this is a huge, long, thick block. Let's move around our code so I can fit that on the screen. Alright, now let's go to our variables category, and we're going to be deleting my variable. So each enemy needs to have its own variables for health and speed. So let's make those now. Let's make a variable called speed for this sprite only, and another one called health for this sprite only. Inside of our wave block, let's drag out set health to 0 and set speed to 0. And let's go ahead and drag these input blocks inside of health. So set health to health and set speed to speed. We need to create the clones. Since we have an input called enemy amount that controls how much enemies are going to be on the screen, let's go to control, let's drag out to repeat 10. We know how much enemies we want to create, which is going to be amount. Now we want to wait a little bit of time in between each clone. So let's drag out to wait 1 second. And since we already know how much seconds we want, which is spawn time, let's drag that in. Now we can finally create a clone of myself. There we go. Now we won't need this forever loop anymore. Let's just drag that out and delete it. Instead, we can drag out in our my blocks, wave, enemy health, enemy speed, and spawn time. For enemy health, let's set this to 1. For enemy speed, let's set this to 2. For spawn time, 1, and enemy amount, let's set that to 10. When we first start, we'll have an enemy with a health of 1, a speed of 2. They'll wait 1 second in between each spawn, and we're going to spawn 10 enemies. Now we actually need the enemies to have some health and speed. So instead of repeat until touching bullet, let's repeat until health is less than 0. Since we don't want the enemy to destroy itself if it touches the bullet once. So I'll just type in if health is less than 1. Now, instead of move 5 steps, let's move speed steps. Now we just need the clone to reduce its health when it touches the bullet. So let's make a new when I start as a clone. Let's put this right by the side of it. When we start as a clone, let's drag out a forever loop. And let's detect if we are touching the bullets. Now, if we're touching the bullet, let's reduce the health by -1. I'm also going to do a little hit effect. So let's go to control, and let's first detect if health is more than 0. Since we don't want to play this damage effect if we die, we only want to play it if we get damaged. So if health is more than 0, if it is, let's do the effect. So let's set brightness effects to 100. Let's wait a couple of seconds, maybe 0.1 second. Now let's duplicate this set brightness effect to 100. Right click on it, press duplicate. Let's set it back to 0. Let's actually wait 0.1 seconds, and there we go. And one problem we're going to have, if we set the enemy health to 5, let's press the green flag, the enemies are still going to destroy themselves, even though we didn't hit them 5 times. What we need to do is destroy the bullet after it touches the enemy. Let's go to our bullet sprite, and let's move down. If we are touching the enemy, we want to wait a little bit to let the enemy detect that the bullet touched it. So let's drag out wait 0 seconds. That'll wait 1 frame, and then let's delete this clone. So that makes sure that the enemy only detects the bullet once. Now let's try shooting the enemy. Now we have to shoot it 5 times for the enemy to destroy itself. There we go. And those enemies are pretty hard. Let me set the health back down to maybe 1. The last thing we're going to add is a scrolling background. Let's go to paint a new sprite, and let's call these clouds. And in the beginning of the video, you saw a scrolling background which was filled with clouds. Let's go ahead and upload those costumes now. So you'll see we have a bunch of clouds that range from 1 to 8. Let's go ahead and select all of those and press open. Now let's delete the first costume, and now you can see that we have all of these cloud costumes. Those are looking really nice. Let's go back to our code and let's start coding those. We're going to need to make our own custom block to make the clouds. Let's make a block and let's call it make clouds. Let's press run without screen refresh and OK. Inside of here, we're going to be making about 30 clouds and placing them at random positions on the screen. So let's go to repeats 30. We're going to be going to random positions on the screen, and then let's create clone of myself. Now we need to run this block. So when green flag clicked, let's go ahead and make those clouds. Then we need to hide the sprite. And then when we start as a clone, let's go ahead and show the clone. Pressing the green flag, you'll see that our screen is now populated with a bunch of clouds, but they're not moving. So let's go ahead and make that now. We're going to be making a variable called x for this sprite only, and the variable called speed for this sprite only, so each cloud is going to have its own speed value. Now we also need a reset block that'll reset the cloud's position. Let's press OK. We're just going to set speed to pick random 1 to 2. Then we're also going to switch costume from pick random 1 to 10, and let's change that to 8 since we have 8 cloud costumes in here. So we're going to be switching to a different costume. Now for a little extra effect, let's set our ghost effect to pick random 20 to 80 so that some clouds will be able to see through. Alright, now after when we start as a clone, let's drag out our forever block, and we're going to be moving the cloud to the left of the screen. Let's go to variables and let's change x by a negative number. Since we have that speed value which is different for each clone, let's go ahead and multiply speed by -1. So that should make the clouds move to the left. Now we actually need to set our x position. So let's set x to our variable x. Alright, now let's drag out our reset block and let's put that after our show. Since we want the clouds to keep on filling the screen while they're moving to the left, we want to recycle those clouds once they get to the left side of the screen. Let's go to control. Let's drag out if then, and let's detect if x is less than -300, which is the left side of the screen. We're going to be using our x variable here. Then if it is, let's go ahead and set x to 300, which is going back to the right side of the screen. And then also let's drag out a reset block so it's going to have some new values. We need to go ahead and set x to a random position. Since x was at 0 when the clones are created, all of the clones are going to the center. Let's set x to pick random -300 to 300. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on it and make sure to subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future videos, make sure to comment down in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.